Hey Mom, what do we do with all that extra fabric?
Let's make something new. Keep watching.
Hi, this is John Nossel.
And Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe.
Boy, have we got some great things for you to see today. We've been doing a little house cleaning around here. We've got all this extra fabric around.
And at Fabric Cafe, we don't like to waste anything. So if we have 1 yard cuts, we put them together and bring you new kits that you've maybe not seen before. And there may just be a few of those pieces of fabric left.
Now, one really important thing that you need to remember is there's just a limited number of these. So you're going to want to make sure you go up to fabriccafe.com right away and grab one of those if you really like them.
All right. Well, show us what we have,
Let's get
John.
started. So our first one is Checkmate, and this is a great one because it's got this one large block on it that's literally with the fabric in here, and then a real nice 4-patch in here. So let's put that up on the table and look at the kits we have at that. So I love Checkmate because it is such a versatile pattern and it works so well with so many different fabrics. And today we've got this just really fun horse fabric on this. And this horse fabric will go in our number 1 position, which is that wide strip, like I mentioned, of that full width of fabric. And it doesn't get any quicker than cutting a strip of fabric that's with the fabric from selvage to selvage and dropping it in as your first block. And then we've got this, I think this is pretty neat. It's almost a little bit like the horse tail or the mane swirling around as they're running here in this brown fabric. And that's our number 2, which is going everywhere that we see here in our model and also on our border number 1. And then we've got this kind of a mottled looking black fabric. I think that's really neat. And it's going to be out here in our border, and it's also in that third position, third fabric position of these blocks within our 4-patch. So those all tie together just wonderfully. And the name and number on this kit is 8022528. Its name is Gallop. It's using the Checkmate pattern from the Quilts for Kids book. And there's only 5 of these left, so you're not going to want to wait to grab one of these if you're really a great horse lover.
And you know, Checkmate is a great pattern, and I have a couple of other kits here that we want to show them as well. So
let's take a look at those.
Yes, these are little extra kits that you want to take advantage of. So these not adorable?
They are absolutely adorable.
And I've got an image to show you on this one, so you're going to love being able to see it all made up. So the kitties are going to go where the horsies were, over here. And this is a bright and colorful one. It's going to be a real cheery, pick-me-up kind of quilt. The number 2 fabric would go in the lightest spot, and that's going to alternate with the number 3. And is that not cute? You know how I love fabric with words. So as a child, I laid on the bed and picked out the pattern on the quilt that was on my bed. I mean, I was like 4 or 5 years old and I didn't want to take a nap, so I played quilting.
There you go.
But if I'd had some words to read, I would have been reading.
And this one's great too because it is talking about the kitty cats and all of that that's on here to tie in with that number 1 fabric.
And now let's take a look at the image of this quilt made up. Is that not adorable?
Absolutely.
All of those kitty faces, just adorable. And then we've got the little pink and white checkerboard. It's going to be so precious.
It is.
Now the kit number on this one is 8022519 Kitty Crew. It's a Checkmate pattern from the book Quilts for Kids. And it's a last chance, so you better call those kitties to you right away. We only have 8 left.
So our next one is one that's, so if you're feeling lucky, this is your quilt. So we've got this fun Luck of the Irish fabric with all of the great little leprechauns and the pots of gold, and I think this green pickup truck is just adorable. And we've got, that's going to be our number 1, and we're going to have that big swatch of that again on our quilt in that Checkmate pattern. And then our number 2, this is a great example of a place that you can use stripes on this because not only is it going to be in that number 2 position here where the tan is, it's also going to be out here on the side. So you're going to have those stripes in there going sideways to add a lot of variety and motion to this design. And then our number 3 fabric is just this great little black and white dot. That's going to be in that number 3 position and out here on the border again. To give us just a really fun, lucky quilt.
I'm feeling pretty lucky myself.
It is.
Yeah.
So we've got a great image on this one, so take a look at that, and you can just see how that is just going to really look neat with those stripes in there to add a lot of movement and variety in this design. And the kit number on this one is 8023082. It's called Lucky Day, again, using that Checkmate pattern. And you don't want to wait on this one because there's only 10 of these left. So you don't want to miss out on that luck.
Now the next one that we're going to talk about is Dash, and if you watch our videos at all, you know I love this one. I love the placement, I love the movement, and it is pretty fast to make. Therefore I named it Dash. So let's put that one on the table and we'll talk about this one. Now here we have another opportunity to get fabrics that, and you know, it might not be Christmas right now, but it's going to come around again. So you might as well get a jump on everyone else. And we just have a few of these remaining. So let's get started with this. I have a great image to show you as well. I love, love, love the variety of trees in this. I just think it is so cute in that #1 fabric. And that's going to go in the #1 spot right here. And then our #2 will be the background, and it's going to go everywhere you see the white. And that's going to be such a rich quilt with that darker #2. But it's still the #2 because when you compare it with #3, the #3 is the darkest. And this is a double focus opportunity. So if
Very
you
true.
like to use 2 focus fabrics, then you will put the #3 in this alternate block. And because these are little trees, they're going to be in these little peekaboo holes right here. Won't that be cute?
That will be very cute.
I really like that. Now look at the image and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Those little peekaboo blocks with that #3 is just adorable. And I love the trees on the borders. They're just framing that quilt so nicely. And the green in the background just adds so much richness. So I love this one. And I love the name, Peppermint Bark. 8022486 is the kit number. It's the Dash quilt from the Easy Peasy book, and there are only 9 left. But just think, there are 9 lucky people out there that are going to get their Christmas quilts made early.
Or remember, you can also even go in and use 2 of them to make that twin size.
Oh, that's right.
Or 4 of them for a queen king. So
Wouldn't that be
that would be a great
gorgeous?
opportunity to score that Easy Peasy book
Yeah.
for free.
That is a great idea.
So our next one's going to be using that Dash pattern again, and this is a great patriotic print. This is one that we've pulled together with some of the end of bolt fabrics that we've had, or not really the end of bolts, but some extra yardage that we had from some previous kits. And we've pulled this together, so we've got this just awesome kind of silhouette-y, kind of watercolory look and feel for the flags here, with just a touch of blue in with all of the red and the white.
I love this combination.
This is just, I think this is a really neat design.
Yeah.
And that's going to, the red here is going to go everywhere that our gray is. And so we're even going to have some of that out here on the border. And then we've got this nice beige and mottled look on this one that's going to be in our background. So everywhere the white is here. So it's going to really get our reds to pop nicely. And then our #3 fabric is that same fabric style, but just in a different color wave. So we've got that blue background, and we've got those flags again, just really popping nicely. And that's going to go everywhere that we've got our red blocks here, including that little peekaboo box that you were talking about. So I think this is going to be just a really neat design on this one.
It's another great way to see how a double focus looks super in Dash.
And I think that's a great thing. And I'll even throw in here, we do have a free goodie up on our website that talks about those double focus fabrics. So be sure to go up and
Yes.
check that out.
Yes, absolutely.
So let me tell you about the fabric on this one. Its kit number is 8023153, and it's called Freedom Flag, and again, using that Dash pattern. And there's only 1 of these left, so there's just 1 lucky winner on this one.
Okay. So next we have this awesome African Beauty. Is this not just gorgeous?
This has been such a popular fabric for us.
I know. We've actually bought it more than once, but
Yeah.
we can't keep it in stock. It just so happens we're getting down to the end, but we want you to see and have an opportunity to get this gorgeous fabric. So the African ladies, full of grace and charm, they're going to go everywhere you see the gray. I think that's cool. Now, if you've made our patterns before, you know our rule of thumb is to put your focus fabric in the #1 position, and then the next 2 fabrics that are remaining, you compare those 2, and you pick out the lightest for #2 and the darkest for #3 is our rule of thumb. But we broke the rule. We compared these, and we put the lightest in the #3 spot and the darkest in the #2 spot, and it makes a dramatic quilt.
I think we should have brought Fran in for this because she loves to break the rules with where she puts fabric.
In every family, there's a rule breaker. But you know what I really think? I think we're all three kind of rule breakers.
That's true.
When it comes to creativity, you just have to think outside the box.
And, you know, it's really going to, where's the fabric going to look best in the design that you're working on? So in this situation, having that darkest fabric in the number 2 position to get your double focus fabrics to really pop is going to be great.
It's going to be great. So this is our number 1 going in the gray. The number 2 is going to be the black, breaking that rule. It goes in the background. But the high contrast with each of these fabrics, with the 1 and the 3, it's just going to be gorgeous. So you've got your number 3 fabric will go here. So give that a little thought whenever you're picking out your fabric positions. Now this one is called African Beauty. It's 8023159. Dash is the pattern. It's from the book Easy Peasy, and there are only 6 left.
So our next quilt is pretty simple, and I think this is a wonderful example of another double focus like we were just talking about on Dash. This one again has that double focus with this nice sashing around each one of the blocks. And this goes together. So let's put that up on the table and take a look at the fabric. We've got just this adorable little woodland animals, the little raccoons and the rabbits. I mean, this would be a great example of, you know, one of those I Spy quilts.
Oh.
And you could do farm animals or forest animals with that. And, you know, what kid doesn't love raccoons and rabbits? And I love it. We even got little hedgehogs in here. So this is just going to be a great one. So in our forest animals is going to go on our number 1 block that's right here. And we've changed this one up a little bit because we had some extra fabric that we've put this together. And so we've swapped out our number 2 fabric with these words. And that's going to be here in this area where we've got the leaves. And then this great wood pattern that we've got on the number 3 fabric is going to be on our sashing and also out here on the border and the binding. So I think this is just going to be an adorable quilt that we can have available.
Well, you know, if you like the way we're showing you that we get creative and make new kits, and maybe there are only 1 or 2 of them left, or if a kit is starting to get kind of low and you've been eyeballing it, then you'll need to check out all of our other last chance kits that are on our website.
Yeah, just go up there where our 3-yard kits are in that top left-hand corner of our website, and there's a selection under that menu for last chance. So you can select that and see all of those in one window. It's a great opportunity there. So the kit information on this one is 8023154. It's called Forest Friends. And again, we're using that pretty simple pattern, and it definitely does live up to its name. That pattern's also available in the Quilt Favorites books. And there's only 5 of these left, so hurry up there and check out these last chance.
It's adorable. Now, we had the realistic looking animals, and now we have our little, you know, our imaginary friends here. Or at least they're imaginary to me. I have to admit, I've never seen a unicorn. So these are adorable.
And they are having a whole lot of fun. All this dancing and playing around that looks like they're doing on this fabric. So
they're just
definitely fun.
And it's another double focus.
Yay.
Yes, so we're going to put the number 1 fabric is the purple background. And you know, these are just so endearing colors. That purple is going to go right here in this block. And then with our number 2 fabric, we're going to put it in this block. And then to have that contrast between these two, you're going to get that great aqua. And look how it picks up the aqua in the unicorn's mane and tail. So that's the number 3. It's going to be your border and your sashing.
And I love how we get some of these fabrics in that are like this, to where we've got the same fabric in 2 different colorways. And it's just great for working with our double focus fabrics.
Well, I have to admit, I love double focus. I do. I just think it's so sweet. This one is called Unicorn Fantasy. It's 8023155. It is the pretty simple pattern from the Quilt Favorites, and it's a last chance. There's only 2 left. But did you know with 2 kits you could make an adorable twin size for someone who loves unicorn?
Great suggestion. So our last kit in this pattern is this great hockey. I mean, you know, hockey is such a popular sport nowadays. I mean, even here in Texas, even though we don't have naturally formed ice, Hockey's a big thing down here. You know, I've had so much fun going to some of the minor league hockey games up in Dallas, and it's just, you know, a fun activity to go see a hockey game. And I know all of our northern friends up in the northern states.
In the frozen
tundra, they are up there and they get to play hockey out on their pond or something like that. So this is a great fabric for that little boy or that big boy that you might have that's sitting on that easy chair watching that hockey game. Here's you a great suggestion. So we've got our number one fabric that's going to be all of these blocks here where our little animals are on this one. We've got these great hockey helmets. And then our number two fabric is this great hockey scene with all these different players with the different uniform colors and all of that. So you might be able to find your favorite hockey team in these colors here. And then our number three fabric is this great little dash in here. It's almost like little hockey pucks moving really, really fast.
Oh, okay. It's animated.
It's animated. You know, well, actually, you know, you got this oval right here. Okay. So we're having fun with this. So, and that's going to be on our background here to really give us some nice, rich color to this. So this kit is 8023156 on the Rink, and it is using that pretty simple pattern once again. And we have one of these left, so there's going to be one winner with this one.
Yep. Now the next one is boxes and bows, and this one is a fast one. You make a half square triangle and you have a square right here and you alternate those and voila, you've got a quilt. So it's super fast. So let's put that on the table, and we have some great Christmas fabric to show you. Now, as I said earlier, it's never too early to start your Christmas quilting. And because we do have limited numbers on this, it would be something that you might want to pick up now because Christmas is going to be here before you know it. Now we're going to put this particular beautiful poinsettia in the number one spot here. And then because we're using a little bit busier number three with the other smaller poinsettia, we're putting a nice grounding cream color here. So the cream will go this right here. And then your other poinsettia will go right here. And I know you're trying to envision it, but let's show you an image so you can really get the feel for how this is looking. Isn't that great? With that darker green, it really causes the bows to kind of pop up off of that. So, you know, you've got all those Christmas packages with bows on them. Well, there you go. You have a quilt with the bows on the Christmas package.
And I think it's nice because that number two fabric really causes that background and that number one fabric to really tie together nicely.
So this is a gorgeous one. This one is called Joyful Poinsettias, and it's 8022184. It is the last chance. There are only 8 left.
So our next one is, we've already had one in this episode of, you know, our cats. I think this is going to be a really fun one because this literally has everybody's pet you can imagine in it. And, you know, I already mentioned the one that was kind of with the farm, not the farm, the forest animals, about being, you know, an I Spy quilt. This one is I Spy for pet lovers.
Okay.
You know, because we've got the dogs, the cats, the birds, the butterflies.
The parrot.
Yeah.
And you know, your Uncle Arthur, he has a parrot.
Oh, how fun.
He's had it now for 30 years. And he inherited it from someone else.
Wow. You know, so you could literally spend hours just looking and finding all the different pets in here, so it's a really fun one. So our pets are going to go in where we've got our teddy bears here on this example, and just this fun, almost this green plaid that we have in this, or something kind of like, I guess that would be a plaid.
That's kind of a line art plaid.
Yeah, and it ties in nicely with our frogs and the little suitcase this little dog is sitting on with the goldfish.
That's an what are those called?
An iguana, maybe?
Yeah, kind of like Joe had.
Yeah, if y'all know what this is, let us know. And so we've got our green that's going to be here where our stripes are. It's going to be able to really get our bows to pop nicely on this. And then we've got this great gray with these white dots on it that are going to be our number 3 fabric here where the oranges are. And it's going to be out here on the borders also. So I think it's going to be a really striking design on this. So
what's really funny is the way you and I just played I Spy.
That's true. So, hey, Mom, I Spy. No, well, I Spy, the name for this one, it's 8023157. It's called Next Stop home. And it's using that boxes and bows pattern. And there's only 4 of these left, so I can see a couple of lap quilts. That would be just a great opportunity with this one.
The next one is adorable. Now, if I could describe myself, it would be this little daisy quilt. It's just happy, it's smiling, it has my favorite colors. I love green, and the purple accent is perfect. So this, now you know.
Now I know.
So this is our #1 fabric. It's going to go in the box. And look how adorable this is going to be with the half square triangles made with these 2 complementary colors. Aren't they awesome?
That is great.
I just love this set. It's cool. And it's called Funky Daisies. It's 8023158. It's boxes and bows. It's a last chance. There are only 2 remaining, and it is adorable. That was so much fun seeing all the variety in those kits, and we know how much you love our kits. And if you don't want to miss out on anything, be sure to like and subscribe and ring the little bell so you'll get notification every time we put up a new kit.
And another great thing is we've got an email newsletter that you can subscribe to. Go over to fabriccafe.com and you'll see a place there to subscribe to that newsletter. And we have special kits just for our subscribers that you don't want to miss out on there too.
So it's Donna Robertson
And John also with Fabric Cafe. Have a great day.